Good morning, All Saints. It is Wednesday morning, the 9th of December. I hope that you're feeling good. We're halfway through this week. In this morning's lectionary for morning prayer, the selection from the Hebrew scriptures is from the prophet Isaiah, and it's a very familiar vision of Isaiah encountering the throne of God. And it begins with those famous words, in the year that King Uzziah died, which helps us place it in history in the mid 8th century before the Common Era. And Isaiah asked that famous question of whom shall I send? Whom will go? Who will go? And Isaiah says, "Here am I, send me." And this is sending Isaiah to a people who were in trouble. The early parts of Isaiah were written at a time when the northern kingdom of Israel was um, about to be invaded by the great Assyrian armies. We as Christians often read Isaiah as foreshadowing, foretelling the coming of Christ, and I think we have a lot to we owe a lot to Handel's Messiah for that, because those words that are so familiar to us, such as "Comfort, O comfort my people," and "For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given." The people who walked in darkness have seen a great light. All of these texts that we have, that we believe foretells the coming of Christ. Actually, in Jewish tradition, in their holy texts means something different to them, and I think that we as Christians do a disservice to our Jewish neighbors when we only read Jewish texts, their holy texts, in the light of our usefulness of them. And so I like to read this calling of the prophet Isaiah. God is saying he is going to need to go tell these people troubles brewing on the horizon, and they better get their house in order. And with God, the trouble is always comes when the people are ignoring the plight of their neighbors, of the poor and the oppressed and the widow, and they're greedy, or they're behaving in ways that are against God's law. And so I think even today, whether you are a Christian or not, if you look around, you can see people in pain, people struggling, people who are oppressed. And I think that that question, whom will go, whom shall I send, rings through the centuries to us today. And I think that the answer, really the only answer, is, "Here am I, send me." So I hope that you will heed the words of Isaiah. Look around you and see where the need is and where you might be able to be sent to be the hands of God in this world. Blessings to you and those you love on this Wednesday.